So the topic today we are going to see is an aggregate function. Aggregate function means it is going to do calculation on all rows of a single column. It is going to return a value based on the calculation that is made on all rows of a single column. The types of aggregate function is count, sum, average, maximum, minimum. So these are the things that we are going to see today. So first let us take that count and we can work on it. So before going into this functions, so we need to create a table and sample table. So I have created a table in the name of students. So let me check what are the things that is available in the students. So these are the field that is available in the students, like ID, name, mark, subject and position. So ID is taken as a primary key, so only one ID will be there, and name, mark, subject. So here name, subject and position is in varchar, mark alone is a number. So I have entered some sample details into the table, sample data into the tables. So it checks on that. So that is select start from students. So I have 6 records. Where you can see that I have entered the name twice. Ravi is entered twice, Ram is entered twice, and Sam is entered twice. So I have taken 2 subjects, Tamil and English, and I have given position first, second and third in that way. So we can do some functions based on this table. So let's first take count as an example. So we can write that code. Select count of star. Let's see how many rows are there in this table first. So this is an example. So we are checking how many rows are there in the table. So it is clear that there are 6 rows, but let's run. So it is returning 6 as a result. Okay, now another thing is that we can count distinct values. So I'm going here counting distinct name here. So it should return 3, because we know that we are having only 3 names which is repeated twice. Let me show that. Select start from students. We have 6 records, but only 3 names are there. You can see Ravi, it is repeated twice, Ram, it is repeated twice, and Sam, it is repeated twice. So it is clear that these 3 names are there, and the distinct name would return twice. That is 3 is the result, because we have only 3 names. And now another thing is we can have count based on the name. That is how many times the name is repeated in that way. So for that before that I'm going to see mark less than 80. What is the count of the table which is mark less than 80? Some compiler error issues. It is not an error, it is, the statement is correct. You can see that there are 2 rows which is having the value where the mark value is less than 80. So we can see select star from students. So in this, there are only 2 rows. That is going to be 2 rows with 60 values. 65 and 63. Next, we can count the name and the count in how many times the name is repeated in that way. So the statement is name comma count star from students. Group by is one keyword which is going to group the same names. So you can, so again the compiler issues. Okay, you can see the name of Sam is repeated twice, Ravi is repeated twice, and Ram is repeated twice. Okay, now we can check the count of star which is greater than 1. Having is a keyword which is going to return the count of name which is been greater than 1. So it is there clearly. when you are giving greater than 3, we found no data because there is no count exist greater than 3. So now I'm going to going back to the original data of the table. So we look at the other function, which is sum. Okay, sum of mark, the entire marks, not the entire mark in the table. So the sum value is 458, sorry. Now we can check a name-wise mark, that is how much Ravi has scored, Sam has scored, and Ram has scored in that way. So for that, name comma sum of mark from the table and group by student. So group by student means it will group the entire thing. Sorry, group by name. So student is the name of the table. I should use the column name, which is name. So here it is clear that Sam has secured 147, Ravi is 147, and Ram 164. Now we can use the having, and we can see which student has greater than 150 mark. So only one person, Ram, is secured one above 150. So having is an important keyword which is going to check the aggregate function and it is going to return that value. Group by and having are most important in this aggregate function. So next we can go to the next thing, average. So average of mark that the entire students have got. So it is 76.33. Now we can use the group by function, group by name. So it will return that okay, person wise average. So we can include the name so that it will be clear for us. Okay, now Sam has secured 73.5 and Ravi 73.5 and Ram is 82%. Sorry, 82 average. Next we can go to the next thing, which is max. What is the maximum mark that the student has secured? Okay, next this is the maximum mark 84. Next we can check the minimum mark. You have to change the max into min and you have to run. See, it is 63. I hope it is clear, like the aggregate functions. We have used a single table to demonstrate everything. This is the table. Thank you.